Good evening, everybody. Hope you're well. Hope you're enjoying football being back. I've just been talking to Alex McAllister about the League One playoffs. How's Kyle Dempsey not starting for Fleetwood? And Jared Branthwaite on the bench for Everton again. Good lad. Good lad. I hope everyone's managed to get a haircut. Took a bit too much off for me, to be fair, but feels better. Okay, usual drill tonight, guys. 20 questions, but just like last time, we've split it into 2 rounds. So the second round tonight is first round's about Carlisle United, etc. The second round is about Carlisle United and internationals. Kyle and Lee wrote these questions again. It's a good little quiz, and then we'll leave you to enjoy the rest of your night. We'll just give it a couple of minutes again, just to let a few more people come in. Obviously, we've still got the Carlisle Reunited Fund going. I know you guys are all well aware of that, so I won't bore you too much. But for any more details, head to the CUFC website. And if you're skint and you can't give money, all you need to do is click the looking good video. Links in the bio. And once that video gets to 3,000, which will probably be any day now, a load of us have pledged. And with me describing that, 3 people who went offline. Right. Okay. So we shall make a start. So welcome to Be Just and Quiz on 6th of July, 2020. Question number 1. This is, well, it's really worth 1 mark, but if you can, I'll give you a second mark. So question number 1. To the nearest 1,000, what is the official listed capacity of Brunton Park? And I will give you an extra point if you get the exact number. To the nearest 1,000, what is the official listed capacity of Brunton Park? Extra point if you get the exact number. Now, to be fair, I would have got this wrong. I thought it was a slightly different number, so shows what I know. Okay. Question 2. Which of these brands has not been our kit supplier? Nike, Admiral, Match Winner, Red Fox, Umbro. Which of these brands has not been our kit supplier? Nike, Admiral, Match Winner, Red Fox, and Umbro. Reeling off some absolute classic Carlisle kits from those suppliers there. Question 3. Which season saw Carlisle win their first ever division title? Which season did we win our first division title? Not as in the first division. So obviously for that format, if it was the season just gone, it needs to be in the format of 2019/20. Question 4. In 1928-29, we achieved our largest margin of victory. But who was this against? In 1928-29, we achieved our largest margin of victory. But who was this against? 1928-29, I reckon we'll reel this joke out again. Keith Elliott and Cusack were definitely at this match. Keith will rip into me later for that. Sorry, Keith. But you well, mate. Question number 5. Okay, so the season has finished in League 2, but it hasn't finished in the FA Cup. Which former Carlisle player is currently the current FA Cup top scorer this season? So which former Carlisle player is the current FA Cup top scorer this season? Question 6, sticking with the FA Cup theme. What is the furthest round Carlisle United have achieved in the FA Cup? What is the furthest round that we've achieved in the FA Cup? Question number 7. Mark Gillespie has just signed for Newcastle United. Well done him. But to the nearest 10, how many appearances did he make for Carlisle United? Again, extra point if you get the exact number. So Mark Gillespie has just signed for Newcastle United, but to the nearest 10, how many appearances did he make for Carlisle United. Extra point if you bob on. Question number 8. Since being admitted to the English Football League, how many years have we spent outside the EFL? Since being admitted to the English Football League, how many years have we spent outside the EFL? Do you know what? I wonder, I don't actually know the answer. I don't know when we were officially admitted to the EFL. I'm going to look that up after this. See, you learn all sorts doing these quizzes. Although I'm sure a lot of you will know. Question 9. True or false? Carlisle is the smallest town or city to have a top-flight side since 1906. True or false? Carlisle is the smallest town or city to have a top-flight side since since 1906. 1906. If I said 2006 in the first round, first time I said that question, I meant 1906. The benefit of doubt, we've not been a top-flight footballing side since 2006. I don't think. Question 10. In 1997, we beat Colchester United in the Football League trophy, but which keeper's penalty heroics allowed us to win the shootout? Good Cumbrian. In 1997, we beat Colchester United in the Football League trophy, but which keeper's penalty heroics allowed us to win the shootout? I was 6, 7, and no, be older because that's when I went. That was the Birmingham game, and Wembley was just in a good way intimidating when you're that age. Just the noise just seemed to shake. It was amazing. I'll never forget it. It's class. Brilliant speaking to Dean Wallen about it a few weeks ago, wasn't it as well? Okay, round 2. Carlisle United and internationals. Okay. Question 1 or 11, whatever. Name the last 2 Carlisle United players to have received a senior team international call-up whilst playing for Carlisle United Football Club. Name the last 2 Carlisle United players to have received a senior team international call-up whilst playing for CUFC. Question 12 or 2. Who was the last former Carlisle United player to play for England at first team level? Who was the last former Carlisle player to play for England at first team level? Pretty obvious. I was going to give a clue then, but I'm not going to give a clue. Okay. Question 13. How many international appearances did former manager Keith Curle make for England at first team level? Now, he's got a few at England B. I think he had for the age groups as well. But first team level, how many international appearances did former manager Curly Keith make for England at first team level? Question 14. How many senior Slovenia appearances did Ljubo Mišlik make? How many senior Slovenia appearances did Ljubo Mišlik make? Tell you what, say senior Slovenia after a few pints. No, that screamer he scored at Hartlepool away. I was buying crisps. I missed it. Had to watch it on the internet after. Okay, question 15. Which former Carlisle United player am I? I've represented my country 19 times and have played for Bradford City, Bristol City, and QPR, and obviously the Blues. Which former Carlisle United player am I? I have represented my country 19 times and have played for Bradford City, Bristol City, and QPR. I presume that's 19 times and counting. He's still pretty current. Good player. This is an example of something I learnt today. Excuse me. Last season's right back, Gethin Jones, is eligible to play for 2 countries. Name them. Last season's right back, Gethin Jones, and maybe next season's right back, we don't know yet, do we, is eligible to play for 2 countries. Name them. Excuse me. Question 17. What was the last Carlisle United game to be postponed due to international call-ups? What was the last Carlisle United game to be postponed due to international call-ups? Question 18. Which former international CUFC footballer is this? I have played for Scotland, Falkirk, Dundee, Notts County, and Aberdeen. Which former Carlisle player has played for Scotland, Falkirk, Dundee, Notts County, and Aberdeen? 19. Paul Simpson managed England to under-20 World Cup glory, but what other CUFC connection was there in that event? Paul Simpson managed England to under-20 World Cup glory, but what other CUFC connection was there? And question 20. Carlisle United legend Peter Murphy was an Irish international, but how many appearances did he make at senior level for Ireland? Peter Murphy, Irish international, but how many appearances did he make at senior level for Ireland? First team caps or whatever. Okay, for those struggling in the beehive, I'll quickly go through questions 1 to 5, mega quick, and then we'll go through the answers, and then I'll leave you alone. Go on to football. Question 1 was, to the nearest 1,000, what is the official listed capacity of Brunton Park? An extra point if you get the exact number. Question 2 was, which of these brands has not been our kit supplier? Nike, Admiral, Match Winner, Red Fox, Umbro. Question 3, which season saw Carlisle win their first division title? Not the first division, our first title. In 1928-29, we achieved our largest margin of victory, but who was that against? And question number 5, excuse me, which former Carlisle player is currently the current FA Cup top scorer this season? So obviously the FA Cup is still officially going on. So it's kind of the 2019-20 FA Cup. Okay, answer time. Okay, question 1. To the nearest 1,000, what is the official listed capacity of Brunton Park? Extra points if you get the exact number. So I'll give you the exact number. It's 18,002. See, I thought it was 17 and a bit. So it's 18,002. Which of these brands has not been our kit supplier? Nike, Admiral, Match Winner, Red Fox, and Umbro. It's Nike or Nike. Don't know what side you put your bread. Or say Nike or Nike. 3. Which season saw Carlisle win their first division title? That was 1964-65. Question 4. In 1928-29, we achieved our largest margin of victory, but who was this against? It was Hartlepool, and I actually did have in my notes how what that score was, and I've forgotten it, but it's widely available on the internet. Question 5. Which former Carlisle player is currently the FA Cup top scorer this season? It's Harry McCurdy. Sorry. Question 6. What is the furthest round in the FA Cup which Carlisle United have achieved? 5th round. 7. Mark Gillespie is just signed for Newcastle United, but to the nearest 10, how many appearances did he make for Carlisle United? Extra point if you get the exact number. So the exact number he made for us was 161. It's quite a lot for us. Of course, all at CUFC wish him all the best at Newcastle. Good lad is Mark. Helped CUFC recently as well. Question 8. Since being admitted to the English Football League, how many years have we spent outside the EFL? Obviously, it's just 1 year. Our year in the conference. 9. True or false? Carlisle is the smallest town or city to have a top flight side since 1906. That is true. I mean, I actually don't know this, but aren't we still actually one of the smallest conurbations in the Football League still? I know there's some tiny ones now, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Question 10. In 1997, we beat Colchester United in the Football League trophy, but which keeper's penalty heroics allowed us to win the shootout? Tony Craig. Okay. To the international Carlisle United connection questions. Name the last 2 Carlisle United players to have received a senior team international call-up whilst playing for CUFC. 2 points available. Reggie Lamb, Hallam Hope. 12. Who was the last former CUFC player to play for England at first team level? Jordan Pickford. 13. How many international appearances did former manager Keith Curle make for England at first team level? It was 3. 14. How many senior Slovenia appearances did Ljubo Mišlik make? 8. 15. Which former Carlisle United player am I? I have represented my country 19 times. I have played for Bradford City, Bristol City, and QPR, Narky Wells. Never really got a proper shot here, did he? Okay. 16. Right back, Gethin Jones is eligible to play for 2 countries. Name them. First one's fairly obvious. I would imagine it's Wales. The second one, it's not England or Scotland. It's Australia. I didn't know that till this morning. At 17, what was the last Carlisle United game to be postponed due to international call-ups? It was Wolves 2013-14. I'm going to presume that was home because I remember that was a night game. They brought a load of fans up on free buses, I think, didn't they? If that's the right game. Question 18. Which former international CUFC footballer is this? I have played for Scotland, Falkirk, Dundee, Notts County, and Aberdeen. It is, of course, Lee Miller. Paul Simpson managed England to under-20 World Cup glory, but what other CUFC connection was there in that tournament? It was Dean Henderson was in the England squad. He didn't really start in the tournament, though, I don't think, did he? He had a bit of game time. I'll have to look it up. And question 20. Carlisle United legend Peter Murphy was an Irish international, but how many appearances did he make at senior level for Ireland? It was only 1. Not that that's still a good achievement, but I thought he did a lot more. Right, ladies and gentlemen, that is your episode of Be Just and Quiz On for tonight. We've decided now just to do this every fortnight instead of every week because people are watching football and going to the pub and things like that now. So just remember, stay safe. I'll see you in a fortnight. Thanks to Kyle and Lee for the questions tonight. And yeah, keep supporting the Blues. For more information about Carlisle Reunited, please do check Kiosk's website. And if you need any more information on Kiosk, or if you feel you can help or you want to be active, do get in touch with us. All the best. Bye.